I want to make sure budding entrepreneurs who may have a little bit of liquid assets or cash available, you understand this. Your competitors are going out of business in the next 12 months.
That's a fact.
Your competitors are going out of business in the next 12 months. And we're not wishing this on anybody. It's just a fact of what's happening because of how they came into business and how they managed their business over the last 2-3 years. Any money that you have available, acquire. Don't just watch them go out of business. Don't sit there and say, oh, haha, they're going out of business. Figure out how to make it a transaction that serves both of you.
Or a dope partnership, right?
A partnership.
Man.
This is your opportunity to find businesses that you can acquire, leads that you can generate at very, very, very low cost. Partnerships. You may have something that's a very pivotal piece to something that they're missing. Also finding staff. This is a great time to find greatly priced labor. Okay, people are looking for something. These entrepreneurs have realized I'm really skilled at offering the service. I hate running the business. I want to go and work for somebody like you.
Yeah.
Find this talent, partner with them, acquire them, hire them.
All right, welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. Do you want to do it? It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, you guys. Today is my birthday. We could really do an entire episode on it, but I'm going to let this guy do some talking today. And we have our amazing, would he be a tri-host? Is that like a thing?
He's
so
like
there's
a
host, co-host, tri-host.
He's definitely a cousin of the podcast.
He's a cousin, brother, uncle of the podcast. Welcome our guest.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man?
I'm happy to be here. Another beautiful day. Another day to do a platinum episode, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wanted to jump straight into talking to you because Dave is like, he wants to ask, how's my mental health and how am I doing and what's my energy? And we're going to bypass that conversation altogether because I see you trying to go back to it.
No, is it not good though?
No, everything is great.
How was your birthday? My birthday
was great.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
my birthday was great.
Did you buy her anything?
He did not
Did
give
you buy
me a
her
gift.
anything?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm taking her to lunch today.
Okay.
And I called her the other day and I was just transparent. And I said, it was actually the day before her birthday.
I think a Rolex would be a nice fitting gift.
I think it's time to elevate.
Yeah,
it 100%.
Chain, Rolex, something.
Absolutely.
Repping the brand.
Yeah.
Just my thought.
So I was like, dang, Donni, I am having the hardest time finding something for your birthday. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what it was. But ironically, today, I had an idea yesterday. Huh?
You thought about it.
I thought about it today. And I was like, yo, what is the perfect gift? I actually called Ryan and I was like, yo, Ryan, let's set up a week of content for Donni.
That's my birthday?
Okay.
Cancel it.
So we're not doing
Immediately.
So, that is sound exciting.
You want me to work for my birthday?
Yeah. So we didn't do that because Ryan was like, yeah. He said, I shot so much stuff for Donni and she has loads of content that she never posts anyway. So I said, okay, we're not going to do that. And then I was just thinking like, what would you get Donni if you were me?
I mean, if y'all relationship is a lot, I would get her something she need, or I would ask her, what do you want? And I would normally get her that.
I did that. She said, oh, just whatever.
A watch.
You wouldn't get her a watch.
I mean, you such a watch fanatic.
What'd you get your best friend? Not a watch.
I don't have a best friend.
You said Josh was your best friend.
Yeah. Well, I got multiple good friends. I got a lot of good friends.
Crazy.
No.
What would you buy Josh for his birthday?
I actually don't be buying my friends anything for their birthday. Honestly.
That's why you don't have a best friend, Neo.
Yeah.
That explains it.
That explains
Y'all
it.
came to the brunch. I got y'all stuff though.
Yeah, that was lit. We're gonna talk about that.
We are gonna talk about.
Let me talk about the gift though.
Okay, tell me about the
gift. And so I'm thinking. What do I get Donni? Right. So the content thing came across because I'm like, all right, well, Donni expressed that she wants to create more content this year or whatever, but it's just going to be a bad idea. But then I was thinking, what if I got you a master buy for your birthday?
I like that.
Oh.
That's fire.
Here's the thing. We get fly you somewhere. We're gonna go fly you somewhere first class flight. We get either like some sort of villa or I don't know, something, right? And everything for you is taken care of. And we create a list of entrepreneurs that you like to invite. And those entrepreneurs come. And it's like 2-3 days where it's fun hanging out, but also you get the mastermind and come up with ideas. And you never know what that will produce.
That is my type of birthday. Now you're thinking,
Yes.
what would Donni Wiggins want? That
Yes.
what?
It was in the car on my way.
It was in the car.
So I'm thinking, okay, where would it be? And I was like, yo, she can go
Dubai.
anywhere in the States or Mexico. Anywhere you want to go.
I like Mexico.
On me, United States, Mexico.
And that's everybody?
I'm taking care of her. I'll invite you, but you got to take care of your own thing.
Okay, I got
and
you.
we'll put the little place together, just invite everybody.
Taking her on the PJ?
No.
Okay. That's what I'm
First
saying. You
class
got to put
flight.
stipulations
First
together.
class flight.
Delta.
I think that first class flight.
Pod.
Yeah.
Can we get the pods?
Well, I don't know if they do pods to Mexico.
They do them occasionally.
They did it. They do them from
LA, yeah, but that's like
LA.
4 hours. And they're not, and every flight isn't like that.
Yeah, I know.
So we were on a flight, and I got her booked for an event in LA, and it was her first experience on the pod.
That
So
is
now she's
not
all excited
the
about the
truth.
pods.
Okay.
And no, but I'm thinking either Mexico gets warm.
hmm
We can do.
When can we do this?
I was thinking soon.
Okay,
January,
so
February.
next month. Now, when you
Success loves
say
speed.
that I get to pick the entrepreneurs that I like, are these up-level entrepreneurs?
Well, we create a list of
Mhm.
people, and we reach out to them, see if they can make it that week.
Okay. So you can get me like Oprah.
We're gonna create a list.
Okay.
I'm not paying these people.
Oh,
So Neo, if you want to come, great. Your friend Bria, she want to come? Awesome.
Okay.
Marcus Rozier, Monray,
Got
usual
you.
suspects.
Okay, a group of people who wouldn't mind taking a vacation with us. They
Yeah.
pay for themselves.
100%.
I love it. That's a really good gift. Thank you for being so
You're very
thoughtful.
welcome. You're very welcome.
Mhm.
I'm thinking maybe like 2-3 days or something.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Where would you want to go?
I mean, Mexico is easy.
You got
Yeah.
St. Thomas, St. John.
Jamaica is great, but no offense, Jamaica's great.
Cancun is great.
I like Cancun. Would you do
Cancun's
Cancun
amazing.
or Tulum?
Tulum probably.
So Tulum, Jamaica wouldn't be bad.
Jamaica wouldn't be bad.
I'm not mad at that.
It's that one winding road up the mountain for me, going up to see Bob Marley's house.
Yeah, come on, Donni, you know we had to think.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Donni. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Make a wish,
One,
Donni.
two.
Does that say 53?
I didn't put that. That wasn't my idea. So I guess what she makes a wish.
Do
And
I
then-
make my wish privately or publicly?
That's up to you.
So I made what?
Let's do both. Do one publicly
Okay.
for the podcast.
Okay. So my wish that I want to share, you know what? I wish for the people connected to me, near and far, to have the best year ever in this upcoming year. And that means everybody who's watching this, everybody who knows me in real life. I wish for you guys really to have a dynamic year because those are the things that make me feel really, really amazing, right? I think honestly, so much of my sadness right now has to do with what's happening around me, not necessarily even to me, like people who are connected to me. And I am taking that in, and I'm just really sad.
Really.
So this means a lot. Thank you, Shans, and everybody else.
We
That
love
is my
you.
wish for you
We
guys.
love you. We love you.
And let me stand up and hug. Wait, don't hug me yet. I just want to,
Hugs.
show my outfit off real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, I like that. That's a good outfit to show off.
Thank you, Neo.
Yeah, so
Thank you, all of you.
yep, so no, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
so-
good.
So me and
that
Neo
is-
decided to get you a cake and some
We
flowers.
got to do it right for you.
Nah, he did that.
No, we
but you
did
gonna come
that.
to lunch? We gonna take her to lunch, right? somewhere
y'all
super
are
fancy.
So awesome.
Yep.
So that's that. That is my wish publicly. Y'all better kill it, okay? Because I just gave my wish to you, and I will wish for something privately later. But thank you so much. Y'all all have.
I never seen nobody put it out with their fingers.
Well, because we're in an anti-blow situation.
Who came up with that originally, anyway?
The blow, once you think about it, it's so disgusting. Some people don't have blow courtesy, and they.
Never heard of this.
Can somebody grab some napkins?
Have you ever, some people blow? You ever been to somebody's party for real? They blew on the cake, and you like, yeah, no, I'm good. Even before the pandemic, I'm good on that cake. Look at the situation. I saw things spray in a couple of different directions. You can't keep it in when you talk. You definitely can't keep it in when you blow.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that. I am excited to get into today's episode.
Yes, you and I both. I think it is cool to maybe start with growth and how that happens. The other day we were at Neo's house, and really this was probably the dopest dinner I've ever been to. It was a brunch actually, and he invited a bunch of entrepreneurs, and we all got there. We're hanging out. Neo has a beautiful home. He had it catered, and everybody got a gift. But you would think that the gift is, what would you think the gift? Chocolates or T-shirts, right? You did that too. My man gave away iPads. It was iPads, these $300 microphones. Yeah. I'm
he gave away these huge gift boxes. It was like if you've ever seen the celebrity show, their backstage gifts at the Grammys or the Emmys or something. They're these huge boxes that probably are this big, this deep. There's Letterman's jacket inside. This outfit was inside. A couple of T-shirts inside. A Scully was inside. You'll know when you open yours.
Right. If you ever do that.
What's inside. But the box, when you gifted us the boxes, I'm like, oh, that's dope, boxes. But when I got home and opened the box, I saw the details on the box itself. All of the branding, all of the imaging, the word. So dope. And I just thought that was such a class act. First of all, who puts a brunch together 3 days prior for your friends? We got the chef, we have the staff. We couldn't get our own water. Yeah. I couldn't throw my own food away. Your assistant kept coming for my plate, and I'm like, let me just this one last bite this time too. Let me just, I know you don't want this. This is like the Ruth Chris level service. You don't want the plate to ever be empty. But yeah, it was a great time.
I'm happy y'all came. I appreciate you.
Let me tell y'all, everybody there was rich.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It wasn't I don't know. It was a moment for me too, to look around and see everybody is winning.
Yeah.
Everybody. It wasn't anybody, and there was no egos. It was just fun and laughing. And I don't think we talked a lot about business, and it was just a good group of people getting together, and everybody's up.
Laughing.
So that was it was so special for me, because I had a flashback of being in an environment where everyone's not winning.
Mm-hmm.
And typically there's drinks and smoking and talking about problems, or arguing about things that don't matter, about who scored more, what team is better. And that was the conversation. But it was fast forward how fast, and this is for me personally, how much my life has changed to even qualify to be in the circle. So I thank you for putting it together. I want to know why you did that though.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something hang out, just one that was near Christmas, just really do a little brunch. I've been wanting to do one.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't had a chance to do it. I'm like, yo, let me go and invite a few of my people over. And at least 7-8 people was out of town. So it'd have been 10 more people in there.
Yeah.
They was out of town. But no, I just wanted to, it's power in proximity, putting those powerful people in the room, and we could just chill, and then people meeting people who don't even know each other.
Yeah.
So I thought that was just a good thing to do, and I might start doing it quarterly, or monthly might be too.
Monthly's good. No. Monthly is not enough. It's not bad. Let's do that.
Monthly is really good. I think, like you said, you had a really big moment just seeing this circle of success. And I have always known that when they let a woman into the circle of CEOs, that I got to be like in the top 3. I'm going to be one of the first women invited into circle of CEOs. Mm-hmm. So that was just, a confirmation.
For sure.
Y'all are twins. Oh, wow. Look at how adorable that is.
Like they kids.
You guys are,
yes.
You guys are adorable.
Yeah, right.
That is so cute.
First off, whoa, stop talking to Donni, stop talking to them like that. They're adorable and they're so cute. Oh, this is grown men.
Are they adorable? You told everybody I'm 52. Your face has been blocked by the end of my mic the whole time. So I had no idea. I just saw you. I didn't even realize it. So anyway, that's one. But I sat around the room too, and I'm looking like there's not a drunk person, a high person. There's not drama. There's arguing. No tense energy in the room. Everybody that day, for those couple of hours, we were really focused on getting to know each other on a different level. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There were no, later we talked business after everybody left. We hung around, but during that conversation, it wasn't about, what's your funnel look like? What's this? We were just having a good time. Drinking juice.
Happy. Yeah, drinking juice. For sure. I mean, I got the whole bar. I don't drink. I'm like, nobody even touched the darn.
We had, I think the most we had was like some mimosas or something like that. And
shout out to Chef Stryker.
Man. Even then, like your assistant was coming by like, no more. I had 2 mimosas and...
You got cut off?
Yeah, well, she was telling everybody like, nope, because y'all have to drive. It was just such a responsible room to be in. It was dope.
I want to ask you all, in light of this being like the end of the year, our 2023 projections or predictions for not only ourselves but the state of the culture. Gosh. I'm seeing more and more memes about entrepreneurship and how we be acting on podcasts and how like course sales and things of that nature. I want to know where we're at with kind of the strategy and where you guys are moving. So the state of the culture and also individually. Mm-hmm. So
Donni start off. She may come with a more. I'm thinking on the answer.
Well, I already know your answer.
Yeah, as am I.
I know your answer. You are leaning heavily more into content.
Oh, heavily.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I ain't.
The question is why.
If you're in my space, I need to be putting out more content than anybody else in my space. Like I'm trying to outdo myself, but outdo others as well, because content is king. I know what happens when it's content. This content is cash flow. Like you got to really look at it as like digital real estate. Like as you keep putting out all this content, it got to come back at some point in time. So for me, I want you to be thinking like, yo, this dude gave me so much value. I think about Carter. You was at the Circle CEO event, and Carter in my mastermind renewed for 2 years. He ran to the stage when I dropped the offer for, I think it was $40K or something. I'm talking about he ran up there, and he was like, yo, you gave me so much game for free from your Instagram, from your book.
Yeah,
I had to give you this. So I'm thinking about, there's hundreds or thousands of Carters out there waiting to be like, yo, I need to tap in with you. Yeah. So I'm just putting out a lot of content. I'm just trying to put out a lot of content. And my other thing with the state individually is that there's a lot of people, the money has changed a little bit. Like I'm in the mall during Christmas. I'm like, yo, it ain't no lines at Louis, Gucci. I'm talking about what's going on. Yeah. I'm talking about where there is no lines in none of the designer stores. Pandemic, it was up. I'm talking about Gucci and Phipps wrapped around to Nordstrom.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but for me, I'm like, I want to work, and I think everybody should adopt. You got to work like it ain't a recession. Yeah. There's still people making multiple millions of dollars a month. There's still people out here going crazy. So in my mind, I look at anybody going crazy, you're no different than me. Let me just go put work in. So I'm acting like it ain't no recession coming. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, I don't know if I'm not an economist, but
aren't we in it?
I believe you need to be working like it ain't one. You need to be working like it's still pandemic. You need to be putting in a lot of extra work right now because a lot of people about to take off. All of the people who was up or doing their thing in pandemic, they fizzling out. Some going back to get a job. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people who was doing their thing is like, they dull right now.
I think something is wrong with that if that's not what you desire to have. So like people like, yo, there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's definitely something wrong with having a job if you don't want one.
Yeah, that's true.
There's something wrong with that,
Yeah.
right? You should feel that and say, yo, I don't belong here. I don't deserve how they're treating me. Like, I should not be here. Mm-hmm. So some people, for you, it's wrong. It's wrong to have a job because this is not what you want to be doing. Yeah. And it's affecting you mentally. It's affecting you emotionally. For some people that love your job, congratulations. It's good for you. I think it's wrong for you to be an entrepreneur. I think everybody should do something entrepreneurial, not for the fruit that it produces, but for the sense of like building something. Even if it's like, yo, let me build model cars, or let me just be a blogger or something that like fulfills you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that makes sense on the content.
What about you?
Heavily on content creation. And
why? Because I learned content from you. Like, put out. I literally sent the team the other day, like, you see how he putting out these pod? Like, my page should be half pod looking posts, half the. Yeah. I'm trying to do 15 posts a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are relentless on social.
Yeah, you're going crazy. How much you post a day?
I don't like 5 to 8 times on at least Instagram.
Well, to answer your question, I saw what happened when people were afraid in the pandemic, where like they didn't know what was going to happen, or I just saw what happened. And when people had to go inside because everybody's afraid of, catching something, when people went inside, the podcast exploded. I didn't do anything different. I was still just putting them out. I decided to be consistent, and it started working. And I asked this question, I think it was on our summit. Think of the podcast, your favorite podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Just think of your favorite podcast. And when did you start listening to that podcast? Just think about it. When did you start listening? 90% of the people answered, oh, I started listening in 2020. Oh, I started listening to this. I love this podcast. I found it in 2021. Well, that was in the pandemic. Mm-hmm. If 90% of people, the podcast that they listen to on a regular basis happened when people started going inside and they were afraid. And I know my podcast blew up, EYL blew up. All these podcasts blew up during the pandemic. It's not that like I'm better than anybody else or they are better than anybody else. It was timing.
It was a compelling event.
It was timing.
A compelling event.
Compelling events make you rich, man. Or
for sure.
It gets you can lap people during a compelling event. Yep. Look at EYL, prime example.
But it's happening again. All right, pause the episode real quick. I know you're enjoying it. Neo is the GOAT when it comes to marketing. And as you all know, I'm in his mastermind. I'm a proud member, but this is just a snippet of what is the stuff that he teaches in the mastermind. And what he said was, I can offer you a seat at the table, okay? Neo's offering you an opportunity to apply to be at a dinner, which is a preview of the mastermind. You just got to go to greatnessdinner.com so you can connect with other people that are in the environment and just to see, is this going to be a fit for me? Is this going to be the right fit? But if you want a fast pass, go straight to the mastermind. Like, yo, I've seen him enough. I rock with him enough. I trust Dave. I just want to be in the mastermind. I want to apply for that. You can go to mastermindwithneo.com. Fast pass, just say, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to be in an environment of winners, okay? So if you want to go to the dinner, just go to greatnessdinner.com. But if you're ready right now, go to mastermindwithneo.com. All right, jump in, get in the game, start implementing these strategies immediately. Let's get back to the episode.
Yeah, you got to be ready. So
people are going to go back inside.
Yeah, wow. So right now, if y'all listening to this, you got to really start thinking about, how do I get prepared for what's about to come? You got to really sit down and think about, during COVID, I went to start this whole COVID business, right? Drive-thrus. I had 3-4 of them in Philly locked down. I'm like, it's up. And it ended. Like, they stopped talking about it, literally just y'all. I don't know if y'all was seeing COVID drive-thrus. I mean, they're wrapped around the corner. One guy I know did 180 million last year.
Golly.
180 million. Another dude, 100+ million. But I came to the game too late, trying to get in the game or whatever. But I say that was a compelling event. It may don't happen again like that, but something is going to happen that somebody can get a windfall of impact, influence, income, depends on what lane you're in. So you really need to start thinking, what is coming that I need to be on top of?
100%.
Somebody was on top of PPE.
trends.
What's that? PPE? Not PPE.
Yeah, PPE, yep.
PPE.
The gloves.
The
the
gloves,
masks
Like
and stuff
somebody
like
was on top of it when it happened.
Mhm.
Made milk. Like there's somebody on top. Oftentimes with us as the culture, we hear about it. By the time we get to it,
It's done.
it's over with now.
that. For sure.
We got to get to it like right, and we got to be thinking. Somebody already know what's about to happen right now.
Mhm.
If y'all do know, let us
Let us
us know. We trying to figure it out.
Somebody actually asked me during 2020 if I wanted to invest in their drive-through COVID testing center, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Why would I wanna do
2020.
that?
Mm.
you
Yeah,
should've
why
did
would I,
that.
why would I want to do
Did
that?
they do it?
They did it. They put it right on Northside Drive, Marietta, and that thing was slap. And I had to go to it twice.
I'd have been hurt.
How much did they want? How much did they want from you?
We never even got into it. They wanted to have a conversation about it, and I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't see. What I actually said was, if people think they have COVID, they're going to go to the hospital.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
This was like before the hospitals really kind of stopped giving you COVID tests, because that's what, they ran out. But I didn't see it. I couldn't see the trend in it. And I know next time.
Run out all opportunities by me first.
Run
From
all
a man's
opportunities.
perspective,
Mhm.
I'm trying to avoid the hospital at all costs.
Yeah.
So
I've
I
been
mean,
trying
for
to get him
sure.
to get IV therapy. He ain't doing no needles.
I don't do no needles. I'm straight on that.
I don't do needles either, Shans, but I'm actually, it's something that I'm terrified. Like, I have a fear of needles, but I do IV therapy. I don't go as often as I should because it's attached to my fear of needles. But whenever I do go, like, I really need to go today. I'm feeling like my energy is just down, and it's not. It's just because I'm coming down with something, right?
Yeah.
So I need to
got
get on
my
top
people
of it.
pull up to your house, man.
Yeah, what's interesting?
Okay.
It was
If
a
you want.
company. It was a company. I was with Gooch, and they sat down and wanted to have a meeting about their IV therapy business and like investing and stuff like that. And it's not something that I'm into.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I just don't want to do it. What's interesting is I'm hearing more and more whispers about it. So that might be a cool thing.
It may be something, but when do you say, okay, it's done enough? I don't know about invest. Like, there's an IV therapy facility every mile or two.
Is it
now.
here or in?
Yeah, I know a
Well,
lot of
well,
them.
one thing is the marketing. Just imagine, right, this lady who I might set you up with, right? Like, just say we throw ads in the pie, like we could blow. She go get
Blow her
3,
up.
4 other people, and we get half of that. I'm
Yeah.
just making it. Just say I pay $200 to $250 every time.
Yeah.
Give me $125 of that. You do 5 appointments a day. Passively making $550 a day times 20.
We need to go back and talk to Kendall,
Yeah, Kendall. Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
Kendall.
blowing up now.
Yeah. Kendall was a problem. Like, I was
In
supposed to
IV
invest
therapy?
in Kendall.
No,
Kendall,
the chiropractor.
Yeah.
Oh, Kendall's going crazy.
Have you made your next
Justin
appointment?
Lana.
No, I was actually going to just call him and see if I could pull up today, actually.
See?
He works Mondays, Wednesdays.
Yeah, I got
and
a
Fridays.
Kendall. We gotta have a
I'll text
conversation.
him real quick.
Yeah, but so for you, Donni, 2023, what do you see
out
in
of
the
town
coaching
this week.
space?
What do I see in the coaching space? So I am already seeing, and then going even more into 2023, people are going to have to show their work.
Okay.
Remember back in the day, it used to be a requirement when you had to solve a math equation. Like, you couldn't just write the answer.
Yeah.
And I remember struggling with that back in the day because I'm so particular in how I take notes, right?
Yeah.
And so
Extensive note taker.
I'm a note taker. And so I hated to see like the crossing out, like when you get an answer wrong and you cross it out on paper, that's called your scratch paper. Well, when I was coming up, you had to show your work. You had to show all the attempts to prove that you knew how to get the answer. So I remember going to one of my teachers, my math teachers, and saying, can I just staple my scratch paper to my final answer because this bothers me? I cannot submit this sloppy work. So you get the result, and if you need to see my proof, it's on the next page, right? That's happening in the coaching space. You cannot just say, this is what I do, here's my offer, here's the website, pay me some money. I think we are forced now. I think the cream of the crop is rising to the top again because it started with the cream of the crop. And then the pandemic kind of came and everybody saw a super duplicatable. The problem in this industry, it's so inexpensive to start. So when you have people who are looking to start businesses, they're thinking, oh, well, courses and coaching, those are the easy things. It's going to cost me less than $500. It's going to cost me less than $500 to do it. And so they're doing it. It's easy to put a course on a course platform.
Yeah.
It's easy to put a website together, right? You don't really need too much. It's easy to get into a space and start talking to people. But when people don't understand what you're saying and you have to show them your work and you can't prove it, that's where you get separated from the people like us who can actually come back and show your work. So I think a lot of the coaches that you see right now are going to be transitioning into something else, like still
Credit
something
repair.
digital. Credit repair.
that is the coach's default right there.
Amazon
Credit
stores, eBay stores. You know, I think they're going to move to something that has less risk, because it's really risky to say I can help you get a result. I don't care what that result is. Even like as a hairstylist, it's really risky for somebody to show you a photo and say, I want to walk out looking like this, and you nail it, right? So I am looking forward to seeing a lot of less coaches, because if we're being totally honest, the memes that you were talking about earlier of people making fun of the coaching industry and making fun of courses, they are well-deserved and well-earned. It's so much foolishness in the marketplace. It's so much foolishness in the industry. Everybody's looking for the next quick bag. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can teach that. I can take your course real quick, come back and teach it. The step that everybody is skipping is the part where you actually go improve the concept yourself. And people don't want to take the time to do that. And so they could never. We've had some podcast interviews that we had one that never even made the cut. Like, we've had some podcast episodes where it's like pulling information out. And David will look at me like, especially early on, I'm sitting there like, are you sure? And I remember challenging somebody like, I respect your authority and where you're coming from, but what do you think about what Google says? Like just the Google search.
Right.
I think people are going to have to show their work. I will still be in the coaching space. I will still be in the impact world. I am leaning heavily also into content creation. Started yesterday. Pretty much spent the whole day in that space. And you know what's interesting, Neo? You said that you learned content from Dave. I was a top-notch content creator before I met David, so I thought. I mean, your girl was putting out content every day, all day. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. This guy is relentless when it comes to the content, and it makes me feel like many of you must feel like my content's not good enough, I'm not posting enough, it's not dope enough. So we're going back to the drawing board. Content is really, really fun. For me, I think that the pandemic also changed a lot because I've always shot content on location. So having to come in my house and do stuff, like, it just sucked all the fun out. So leaning heavily into the content space. And then I've already talked about, I do intend to bring on a total of 5 one-on-one clients for the year. Our mastermind that we're going to put together. Just leaning heavily on serving. Like, the more people, if you can figure out how to help people, the more of those people you can help, the more money you can make. But you got to be sure that you can actually help the people.
That's important.
Yeah.
I want to say that before we transition, like, y'all who about to go out of business, just hit me up. Like, I'll take your list, I'll buy it. Old emails, numbers.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people was going crazy. I'm buying networks. I just bought another page today. Just locked in a page today. 100,000
like
followers.
Instagram page?
Yeah, I need all of that. If you want to sell me your page, you want to sell me your Facebook group.
How much do you pay for these things?
See, I ain't trying to expose it on here because then people going to just be lowballing. But,
Right.
I mean, it depends. If a group that I just acquired paid $5,000 for 5,100, 10,000 of my ideal customers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you about to go crazy in that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
absolutely. That's worth, to me, that group was worth this year probably like $500K.
Mm-hmm.
Cost me $5,000.
10,000 of your ideal members or community audiences in that group, and you paid $5K for it, $5,100 for it. Yeah.
So what do you plan on doing with it?
So I'm engaging a group where we're doing like a re-engagement campaign right now, just adding value probably for about 30 to 60 days. Just join this free training, hooking them up like with a bunch of stuff. Then we'll make offers in there. Over time.
Have you tested yet? Because I am propositioned often about buying contact lists, and I've always been opposed to it, because my question is, what percentage of those people, once the messaging starts to change, what percentage of them remain engaged? What percentage of them opts out?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a few ways that we're looking at doing it. Like, basically, like, one of the things we're doing is, like, one of the people I may be able to get in, like, you keep everything the same. Mm-hmm. We're just going to start sending out the emails, sending out the messaging, and all, like it's you. Mm-hmm. So nothing changes. So it still looks like that. Also,
and are you buying the whole thing, or you're giving just a percentage?
One deal I'm working on, I'm trying to buy the whole thing: the Facebook page, the Instagram page, the emails, the text, everything, and eventually phase.
Yo, first off, I gotta tell him, Neo trying to buy me. Like my whole, like all the companies that I got going on. He's like, yo, I want to. We were having a conversation.
Don't tell him no numbers. Bro.
I'm not gonna tell. Well, I was gonna tell him.
You
a number.
Be saying.
I was gonna tell him a number.
Don't say.
But I wasn't gonna tell him what the number's for. Is that fair? I asked him for $1.5 million
for something.
For something.
Mm-hmm.
And
did he say yes?
He didn't say yes. He didn't say
We're
no
negotiating.
He didn't say no either. But he was like, yo, I want more to Meetup podcast. I want. I'm like, dang, how you gonna buy me, Neo? Like, I want everything you attached to. And he was dead serious. He said, how much for everything? And I'm like, yeah,
you figure something out.
Everything's
for sale. Everybody have a number.
Everybody has
something
a number.
Is for sale.
And so you were going down a really good lane that you were positioning it for yourself, but I want to make sure budding entrepreneurs who may have a little bit of liquid assets or cash available, you understand this. Your competitors are going out of business in the next 12 months.
That's a fact.
Your competitors are going out of business in the next 12 months. And we're not wishing this on anybody. It's just a fact of what's happening because of how they came into business and how they managed their business over the last 2-3 years. Any money that you have available, acquire. Don't just watch them go out of business. Don't sit there and say, oh, haha, they're going out of business. Figure out how to make it a transaction that serves both of you.
Or a dope partnership, right?
A partnership. This is your opportunity to find businesses that you can acquire, leads that you can generate at very, very, very low cost. Partnerships. You may have something that's a very pivotal piece to something that they're missing. Also finding staff. This is a great time to find greatly priced labor. Okay, people are looking for something. These entrepreneurs have realized I'm really skilled at offering the service. I hate running the business. I want to go and work for somebody like you.
Yeah.
Find this talent, partner with them, acquire them, hire them.
Yeah. I want to know why you're going down this path too. Because you're good at marketing.
Yeah, I'm not really a CEO. Like, my skills, let me market and let me just do that. I need somebody else to run all of that stuff. So my goal is to go in these various businesses and just do really what I do in my stuff, but bring it out like under here so we could just duplicate it. All right, let's run these plays here. Let's do them here. Let's do it here. Let's do it
someone else's audience.
With someone else's audience.
Yeah.
That's what I do now with several people, just behind the scenes. Like, let me do the back end stuff. You just go be the face of this stuff.
Yeah. You know, and is that a part of your 2023 strategy, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do about at least multiple partnerships, but more now. I don't want to just do one-off partnerships. I want to do like long-term stuff, not just a one-night stand type of. Let's just run this bag up and quit. No, let's continue to do this for years to come now. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. Get 10 partners like that.
Yeah, actually, me and Neil we kind of talk about Terica. We just saw like someone who is phenomenal in real estate. And she didn't come to the space saying, oh, I want to teach real estate. She was just murdering it in real estate. Yo, I'm talking about she personally owns like 500-600 units. And then I came on and she did a flip with me. I'm like, oh, bet, that felt good. And she's like, oh, no, you gotta get some units. So she got me 3 units and negotiated the deal. her company manages it and all that kind of stuff. And that's like a $1,500 a month for me in those 3 units. Yeah. And that's when I was like, yo, Terica, you have an extreme talent. You have a heart for people, and you know what you're doing. So we came together and like we put together like kind of like a digital play, and we keep running it. And it's not like nobody stepping on nobody's toes. Whatever Neo says do, I do when it comes to creating content. He tried to tell me to do still. I'm like, yo, Neo, I got this in the content space. But like he is phenomenal with that. And Terica says, yo, just tell me what to do. I'm gonna teach real estate. And like she's getting so many results. She willing to work hard too. She willing to work.
Yeah, people ain't willing to work. That's the real. Every partnership I like, we do these calls. I'm like, man, here's a few things I need from you. Willing to work, willing to post on your social, willing to be coachable. And if they don't check the box, I don't even do it, because we only make money when you make money. Yeah. This ain't the thing, like we make money because of the effort we're putting in. So if you ain't in that space of wanting to put any work in, this ain't gonna work for us.
It's not gonna work.
I think
this ain't just set ads up and forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is also a huge indication as what's happening in 2023. It happened in 2022. So many people were burned, and you burned yourself. You set your own self on fire, thinking that we could just set ads, create ads, set it and forget it. We said it's never set it and forget it. Yeah. It's never set it and forget it. Guys, y'all gonna have to work in 2023. And
that's a fact.
This is not, it's not even hard work. It's the standard work. Like what you saw happen from the end of 2019 until present moment, that was a time that we might not get to see in our lifetime again, right? We might not. That a time like that comes across, like it's documented in history books. Every couple of generations, a thing happens.
About 08.
Right. We were still talking about 08. So some of us may not see this, or we may not see this for the next 10 years. So it's really important that you understand that what was happening in that time period was the abnormal thing. Success doesn't typically happen that quickly. Millionaires are not just created in a month, a year. People are not just making $1 million in a day. Those things are not normal. And on the flip side of the message that we speak, it's important to say, if you are finding yourself going backwards, feeling like you're going backwards, your numbers are not what they were 2021, 2020, or prior to, what's probably happening is you're leveling out. Like I have a client right now whose business just took off in 2020, 2021. And this year we're about to be about 75,000 shy of what they'd earned the previous 2 years. And he's feeling like he's doing something wrong. And I'm like, you're not doing anything wrong. We're finding your baseline. This is your baseline. What was happening before, that was abnormal. Take advantage of that. I hope you guys invested that money, right? Because the chances of that happening are, again, that easily with limited work are far and few in between.
100%.
We got to get some work done.
100%.
I'll give you an example, right? And I want to help you content creators. Is like you're selling something, right? Just say a workshop. Is no more of workshop, getting somebody email. Is no more, all right, guys, I'm about to have this workshop. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to go get an event space. It's going to be dope. Make sure y'all register. You could do that. That's what the average person is going to do. Yeah. What you need to do is like, all right, guys, listen, man, I want to go ahead and show you guys 3 quick ways to get an event space. First thing is to find it, right? You want to look for 1,000 to 3,000 square foot. A good website to look on is Crexy.com. Number 2 is to fund it. One of the things I tell people to do is use other people's money. You want to use 0% interest credit cards. You want to use something like a Floor & Decor. You also want to use friendly banks like a Key Bank. You could get $50,000, up to $50,000 with no docs, right? Step number 3 is automate. You want to go ahead and hire you a virtual assistant. They're going to do all your contracts. They're going to manage it. They're going to do all of that. If y'all interested in learning more, I'm hosting a workshop. I'm going to break everything down for you. Go to eventspacemasterclass.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat everybody doing, like most people just coming out here like, let me just do the lazy way. No, give the people game. I earned that registration now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm earning like, I'm giving you free things. I'm earning your email and phone number. Hey, opt in for this. That's hard. Here's my SOP. Here's my, I just posted this on Instagram, right? DM me the word SOP or comment on any of my pages. I'm giving you my SOP on how to post on your page, what to post on your page, when to post on your page, and who to hire so you don't have to do no posting on your page.
So earn the registration.
So now I got thousands of numbers in a day from me giving you something that took me an hour to sit down and write for you.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like right now, you gotta, in 2023, you talking about working, you gonna have to work. You gotta earn it. These people are sophisticated now.
The buyers are sophisticated. No more trying to make people think that they're watching a live webinar when we know that thing is evergreen in the mug, right? Yeah. Just say it. Like I'm finding just be transparent. Hey, I got this webinar. We killed it. All the information. Watch it at your leisure. Yeah. It's no more of join me now live. There's one last webinar starting in exactly 3 minutes from the time that you click this ad, right? Right. It's just,
and you'll get a few people like that, but those are far in between. Like you just need to be transparent, like you said.
And chances are people who have time to sit and watch your 3-hour webinar right now aren't buying.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. They buying now.
They're watching.
It depends on your presentation. Oh yeah, right. Oh, right now. Yeah. In 3 minutes,
who are buying are not falling for the. They don't.
It got to be on the schedule.
We got to get on the schedule. We got to put this on the calendar, and then they're buying.
Yeah.
But we got to do the work.
All right, listen. Every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about themorningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode.
Yeah. My another that you'll see a lot from me is more event. For one, on the content side, I do create a lot, but it's in a very automated, almost lazy manner because we shoot.
Which is good.
Well, kinda. So we shoot the podcast, right? We're going to take clips out of it. We're going to continue to post on that.
How many clips per podcast? I see you doing like 3 to 5.
Well, it depends. So it'll be a few on my Instagram page. It'll be a few on my social proof page, my personal, then social proof page, then TikTok page. And then we have clips from the YouTube longer, over 8 minutes, that go on the YouTube in addition to the full episodes. Right?
Shorts, how many shorts a day?
2 a day now.
Got it.
2 a day. I think it's 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. So I'm flooding the market with content, but for me, it's not. It's a very lazy, automated way, meaning I need to get back in physically. So I'm really on working in the business and not just on the business, especially over the next 12 months or so. I think we got to do a little bit extra. So that's why I built out that studio over there. Because I need to do more live YouTube videos. I want to do one every day. I'm talking about live. Yeah. So we live on the morning meetup and then live on YouTube every single day.
So you're going to go live on morning, you mean that thing on morning meetup go live on you or separate situation? Got it.
Separate. Yeah. Like just separate.
You're about
content.
To be a dog right now.
I'm leaning in. So that is one because again, it's real automated now, but I feel, me personally, that I want to take it to the max. So if I feel like it's too much, it's a lot happening without me, and it's maybe a backwards way of thinking, I need to inject myself into doing more work too, on top of all the stuff that's working. The second thing, a part of my strategy, is more live events. I didn't do a lot of live events last year.
You a live event.
Oh, we in once a month. Yeah. Look, we'll have something here. We'll have at least one thing here every single month.
Yeah, how about on our next podcast, let's make it a live event.
Let's do it.
Well, it's kind of a live event.
No, but I mean
the morning
specifically
meetup,
though.
themorningmeetup.com, you just get to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a part of your
But let's make it an event though. Let's do
like
that.
An event. Hey, can you watch how you're directing your conversation this way? Just because the cake.
I don't even be talking to
Why
you.
don't we put the top on the cake?
And nothing comes out of my mouth, I don't think. I'm not one of those.
You know what I mean? Just
And watch, I say something and then something comes out of my mouth.
Y'all don't eat any of the cake from the heavy side of candles. This way is safe. But yeah, let's do it. A ticketed live event.
Yeah, a ticket free, however y'all want to do.
Period.
But not this early. We need to do a little later so people could get here.
I'm doing it once a month. So however y'all decide.
Okay, well, let's do it.
At
Put
least,
it on the schedule for
once
next
a
month. Then.
At least once a month.
We'll do it on a Sunday.
Whatever.
And here's
whatever
the reasoning though. It also leans into, I want to get you guys' perspective. It also leans into community. And I think that people were so used to being online that they didn't feel the need to be in person.
Yeah.
So people are still missing it, and they like that experience of being together. And I think if people get afraid again, then that's going to cut out the people that would do live events. So I'm just trying to do, I'm only focused on two things: content and community. So creating more content and bringing more people together so that when we get on the other side, we have a strong network of people that have already built our own kind of culture and community and economy. So when maybe the world opens back up financially, we're doing business with each other. You know what I mean? So that's a part of my strategy. And you do a lot, you do more of a high ticket community.
Yeah. I don't mind doing some other events though.
Getting
sure?
a high level.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, we're going to start next month.
Okay, because you don't really like.
But as you were saying, I'm like, man, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do a similar how you did. You did a morning meetup. You did the Laudermilk, just a free event for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might do something like that in January for anybody, whoever purchased the event space program. Y'all
Let's
could
just do it together.
Up.
Let's just do it together.
Collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
That's
anybody who's ever purchased from
the
me,
event.
you, or you.
Well, we'll need a bigger.
Well, our course, your podcast course, that's a bigger venue.
For my contribution would be the morning meetup. People who are in my community. However y'all decide. Anyone that's ever purchased, that is
Here's
outrageous. Y'all going too far.
Here's the real thing, though. It's free, so a lot of the people not coming. Although they gonna get massive value,
bro. Listen, have you ever done that before?
People don't respect free, bro. Trust me.
You ever done? I'm saying, have you ever done that before?
No,
Marcus did it. Yeah. 5 did it.
But he did it for his community.
I understand, but that's his paid community. So here's the thing. Here's how we manage that. We offer free tickets, right? Open to whatever the criteria is, but we offer guaranteed seating for a cost. So it's a first come, first serve opportunity. Guaranteed seating you can pay for. Those people get in first, and then the rest of the seats are open. Be here. And then we can create around that event little different things like, maybe we're going bowling here or going up to Alex's restaurant or stuff like that. And if you didn't get in the event, you can still get in with us some kind of way.
I'm with that. So y'all want to be more accessible in 2023? More touchable?
Accessible pre-pandemic.
I don't know if you are.
I was very accessible pre-pandemic.
For your clients, but
we were doing events.
We were doing events, yeah.
And
you're right.
most of them were my idea. David, let's do an event. The one we did this
year. He's an
event
guy, though. That boy, he's like, yo, let's go to LA to do an event. I'm like, bro, I ain't going to LA to just, it gotta be some other things before I get on a 4-hour run.
Yeah, no,
5-hour
whenever I travel, I usually text my community to see who's in the area, and I do also enjoy
that's good
getting with them.
That's how you maximize your time. But I'm saying I ain't just going to LA just for an event.
I want to know how you're gonna and if it is a transition, because you have a high ticket mastermind.
Yeah.
How do you balance between that and if you're gonna do something free or?
Well, it's a different experience. We was just in Dubai for 7-8 days. The experience isn't even renting yachts, jet skis, skydiving, photo shoots in the desert.
And you pay for all that?
No, I didn't pay for all of that. Meaning I pay for all the main things that we do, the yachts, the jet skis, the desert safaris, the ATV. We pay for, what's that thing? Museum of the Future. We pay for a whole lot, but then you got extra stuff that you could do on your own.
I got you.
But that's that experience. That's that premium platinum experience that.
And is your objective to bring people into that ultimately? Is there a scale?
No, that's for coaches, consultants, and course creators looking to make an extra 50 to $250,000. So that's a very specific audience. That isn't, I'm going to help you grow your t-shirt company. I'm going to help you grow your hair. That's coaches, consultants really trying to go crazy.
Yeah.
And that's mastermindwithneo.com if y'all want to apply. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck. Good luck.
But no, so when we doing these free events here, it's like pop up. I ain't gonna be here for 8 hours. We gonna be kicking it. It's gonna be a 2 hour. We gonna do a podcast, Q&A, let's fellowship, and it's over.
Yeah.
So it's not, we ain't adding a whole bunch of, it ain't gonna cost us, Dubai cost me over $250,000. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna cost us that type of money.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I want to know what y'all think about, or where your mind is in terms of employees and hires. We see a lot of companies that are letting people go. And how you two are approaching it? Are you just kind of like holding your team that you have right now? Are you trying to expand? Are you trying to do more with less? What?
I think me and Donni talk, like, I really want to run a big company, like, meaning a highly profitable company with a small team.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to run. I have no desire to say, yeah, we got 300 employees, unless it's over a portfolio company. We got a restaurant. We got 10 different type of businesses. I'm trying to run things extremely lean, personally. But right now we are hiring different talent, and we looking to hire top talent.
What do you need?
Like, I just spoke with a videographer last night, so we going big on content. I told them, like, I want to be putting out 20, 30 pieces of content a day.
Every day.
We may don't get to it,
I'm saying, is that even?
I don't know if it's sustainable, but I'm just saying, I want to we have the ability, we're backlogged. Like, you are backlogged probably a couple months on the podcast.
For sure.
So I want to be like right now, our podcast, we got 7 episodes done. It's done in February. I want to have 30 episodes done right now. I told them 10 clips per episode.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make sure we got enough team to be able to manage all of that, where we're putting all of that out. And I'm looking to hire like a CEO, like somebody can run everything, so I can focus on marketing. That's what I want to do.
Sorry, I'm already employed.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. I'm keeping things extremely lean. I have a full-time team of 3 right now, and have for the last 2 years that same full-time team of 3. I like it that way. In 2023, though, I do anticipate expanding a little bit on team. I'll probably close the year out closer to 5 team members than 3. And I want to move back into the office. I want to feel the energy
I like that
of walking into the office and checking in with marketing. You know, marketing, do y'all need anything over here? Sales, what's going on? I want to walk in and I want to hear the bell being rang.
I was about to say, hitting that bell.
I want to hear the bell being hit. I want to hear the activity of the pulse. I want to feel the pulse of my business. And it's very different walking into the environment than it is like looking on the closer sheet or logging into a system and seeing everything. And it probably has a lot. I might have felt differently if we weren't forced by a pandemic to shut all those kind of things down, but I need to feel the pulse of my business. So I am definitely bringing in likely 2 additional team members, plus staffing for our stuff, and bringing everybody into an office space. I think the biggest thing that's missing for me behind the scenes in terms of my staff is the culture. Like, I know the culture that I desire, but it's difficult for me to create that the way that I want to over Zoom calls and, over Zoom calls and phone calls, Skype chats. Sometimes we'll get on the meetings and somebody's driving. Somebody has something to do and they're driving and you're like, hold up. If we were in the office, though, you wouldn't be driving. And I think because the environment is so relaxed, you're driving. So now I have to say, hey, guys, for our once a week meeting, make sure you're in front of your camera, not distracted, no driving, no this, that, camera's on. People don't want to turn their cameras on, So I am really excited about getting into the office. I think coming back into the office alone is going to 3x results minimally from last year.
I like it. So I want to ask you all, do we have microphones, Reese, for a crowd? Because I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, about what they need, what they want, what they're afraid of in certain respects, because I have an audience of entrepreneurs who need something, right? You guys are servicing entrepreneurs that need something. And I don't know if the needs have changed. And one thing I am seeing is the questions are going from, okay, how do I make this? How do I make more money? To how do I balance my life? Or how do I stay internally motivated? And it's more, I think people are dealing with more now. And I don't know what it is about the world, but it's just like the world and people are changing emotionally somehow.
Heavy. It's just heavy.
You feel it?
It's just, yeah, we've been talking about it all year. Like, I feel it so much that I was just telling my best friend Bree last night, when I was sharing something with her. She's like, why didn't you tell me? Why aren't you telling me that you're feeling this way? I'm like, I've been saying it all year. I'm not myself. Something is wrong. But it's everywhere. Like, when you open that can of worms, it's like, yeah, man, I've been feeling it too. And you've been feeling it, and you've been feeling it. And I think we're just in this heavy space, but I can't figure out what's causing it. Do we crave being in an environment of loved ones and people so much that a year and a half to 2 years of that has just drastically impacted us emotionally? Is that it? Like, I know I missed the last 2 Christmases. I had COVID both times, right? Almost missed my birthday. And I know that last year it really impacted me. I'm like, dang, I'm missing.
Not this Christmas too?
No, not this year.
Oh,
I missed. This was my first time being back on track and enjoying. But last year and the year prior, I had COVID both times. That the second time that happened, it was really, really difficult. Y'all had to drag me out last year for my birthday. I was just getting over COVID, and we can't all just be, for lack of better terms, and I don't mean this literally, we can't just all be losing our minds, right? Like, something has to be contributing to it. And at the time that it's happening and at the great quantity in which it's happening, I'm starting to wonder, like, did we miss so much of like the human connection experience that it is impacting us far greater than we know?
I know that ain't typically like your lane like that, Neo.
Yeah.
But are you?
Neo
do
doesn't
you
feel.
deal with anything like emotionally, or? I just feel like Neo just worked through his issues, like, or if he, I don't know. Do you?
I was about to ask you, are you talking to a therapist?
No, we're talking to you now, Neo. Okay, like, for you, like, do you deal with anything emotionally or mentally? And if you don't want to talk about it, but please assure me that you go through something.
I'm trying to say.
Not really?
No, I go, of course we go through stuff, but mine is like, the most I went through, I don't know, because that sounds insensitive.
Are you so well personally developed?
No,
No.
Men like
no, but
Neo.
I'm saying I had this year, like, I felt depressed when I hurt my leg and couldn't go nowhere. I'm like, man, all these people getting ahead. I called you like, yo, you about to go through this event. I feel like I'm getting lapped because I had to sit at home. But bro, when I just made up in my mind, like, it gotta work, bro. Meaning whatever you're going through, you got to get through it.
Yeah.
So I've just conditioned myself for so many years to do that. But I tell my wife, like, man, I got to figure out how to get more emotions. I'm not like super emotional type of individual. Like, when we had marriage counseling, all right, bro, I don't got a lot of emotions with me, man.
So you just in counseling, like, it's cool.
This what you
Is
get,
that your answer to everything? I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
but what ends up happening, so I have that same mindset. Like, I go through so much every single day. But it has to work, or it has to work. It has to get done.
Yeah.
Like, my business doesn't care how I'm feeling. You know, your friends half the time don't really care, how you're feeling. I need you to do that thing that you do for me, whatever that is, right? Not to say that y'all don't care, but you still need people to show up. You're counting on people to show up for you the way that they show up for you. And that just is. So I pushed through a lot. And this year, I have been just allowing myself to feel and purge. And what I see happen with men like Neo.
And purge, what that means? Just
let it all out.
Okay,
just
got it.
Feel, just sit down and connect with the feeling, feel what you're feeling, admit that you're feeling this, and just let it all out. And while it's been a tough emotional year, it's been a really freeing year at the same time. Like, I just got exhausted with being so tough. I'm exhausted. You know, people are looking at being strong right now as if it's a bad thing. I'm so grateful to God that I am strong, because if I weren't, I could easily have been a social media post, like, for the wrong reasons, right? So I'm grateful for my strength, but there just came a time where you just get tired of having to look the part and be this person that everybody expects you to be. You don't walk around depressed. I don't walk around depressed and just lashing out at people. But this year, I've just allowed myself to be free to feel and communicate how I feel. If you ask me how I'm doing on a bad day, you might get it. I'm not doing so great today. And I might just be honest with, like, you asked me today, how's everything going? It's going. Y'all know me. That means that I'm bothered by something, right? Something is happening in the background. It's going. What happens when people don't show any emotion is that it shows up in a different way. Yeah. It shows up much later in life. It shows up, you end up communicating a lot of what ifs, or thinking about a lot of what ifs, communicating a lot of regret, or it shows up in your health. And so it's so important to get it out. Like, it's not normal to not feel emotion. We got to backtrack and figure out at what point in life you disconnected logic from emotion, right? And then just kind of go back, and maybe you too even see a therapist. To answer your question, I had a therapist that I'm an advocate of therapy. I think it's the greatest thing ever. I just recently, like 3 weeks ago, let go of a therapist because she posted how excited she was to start working with me on Instagram.
Hey, what's up with people, man?
She tripping.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's
we gotta talk about that. We gotta finish that now.
I'm sure that's a HIPAA violation, but I am. Like, she didn't say why she was working with me, but anybody can go to your website and see what you offer, right? And you posted me on Instagram. I sent her a screenshot I took a screenshot, sent it to her via text, and said, keep what I paid this month, cancel my contract, like discontinuing services. And she still calls. She's calling. Donni, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
She watching this right now.
She is absolutely watching this right now.
Donni don't care.
I didn't realize, that was a violation of your privacy. All I said was that I'm excited to work with you in any way. It could be you coaching me. It could be this, that, but it's not. I know what it is. And if you were willing to cross that little bit of a line, then immediately I'm thinking about all the pillow talk you're having with your spouse or your homegirls who also know who I am. Not cool with it. It's so difficult to get confidential service right now. Marketers want to share your back office. Brand developers want to share everything they did for your brand. Everybody, like therapists, want to share that they're working with you. Everybody wants to be known for having this list of clientele. It's just so difficult to get confidential service.
So when do you, because you want them to grow their business, right? Like, when is it, like, how do you have that conversation? Like, bro, this confidential. Yeah. Like, you come to my crib, NDAs, like, you ain't working with me. I was in there one time. I'm in the joint one time. Massage therapist came over. I happened to just look up. She got the camera going on. I'm like, yo, not here. This ain't that. Wow. I'm like, yo, so now when my assistant brings somebody, ain't no photos, ain't no videos. It ain't even my name. Like, everything is under her name or my alias. Even y'all Ubers, like, you should change your Uber. My Uber ain't my name. Because you get in the car, they're like, yo, I was so excited. I knew it was you. And mind you, I'm grateful for all that. So let me not get that.
For sure.
I appreciate, but I'm saying some things is like, they know where you live at. Like,
well, everybody doesn't have good intentions. Yeah. So we have to be concerned about that. Like, your driver is picking you up. Somebody having access to your medical records, like, that's an issue. Somebody having access to your innermost thoughts is on recording, and they're a fan in a way, or they're comfortable sharing this information. Like, you don't even understand the boundaries of turn your camera off when you enter my house. Yeah.
So when is it, like, I didn't even have to say it, but normally I'm like, I guess I'm like, I didn't see nobody normally put the front of your house up and crap.
Oh my God.
I know a Maddie came, the whole front. No,
Yeah. Shout out to Maddie, the whole front.
Document the process.
Documenting the process.
He did a cold.
Driveway,
He
the
did a cold
neighbors, the
presentation
backyard.
at our event though. But I saw that to say, like, when do you have, for the people you're working with, when is it? What is the conversation like for somebody? Is it, yo, this is super confidential? Is this, because your chefs want to come over and do all of that and all. Like, when is it where it's like?
I think you just mention it.
Yeah, I think it's the conversation that you have very early.
How do I grow my business though if I can't even say who I'm working with?
So here's the thing. You have to have, and I understand that. I understand that you want me to be your case study as much as I want you to be my case study, right? And I can say things like, example, Wall Street Trapper was one of my clients. I can say, I worked with Wall Street Trapper. I'm not telling you exactly what I did for Trap. I'm not showing you his back office. I'm not showing you like the text message that he sent me of how the conversation started, unless he communicates, right? There are parts of the story that he will share himself. And if he shares those things, I'll share those things, right? There are things that, that I do for you that people don't need to know the details of what that looks like. If you share it, then I'll share it. I just think you have to know your role and how would a customer or client handle it if they weren't somebody who was popular, right? Mm-hmm. How would your regular customer handle it? What level of confidentiality do you give them? This has happened to me a couple of times. I think I was telling you, it might have been Neo, both of y'all maybe, that I have to find another doctor. Like, I'm so sad that I have to find another primary care physician, because when I went in a couple of months ago, maybe 3 months ago, her new medical assistant was familiar with me. She watches the podcast, and I'm sitting on the table. She hands me the little paper cover, and she's like, before you get changed real quick, can I get a picture?
Dang, at the doctor's office.
Dang.
Before you get changed real quick, can I get a picture? And I took the picture, and I sat in that office, and I'm looking like this same woman. I'm going for my annual exam. This same woman is about to have my legs up in stirrups, checking my girl out. I gotta go. I can't. Hey,
did you leave?
I left.
Damn.
I'm so uncomfortable. Crazy. I don't want you to be so familiar with me in that way. Like, I want a complete stranger. So now, like, in terms of doctors, unfortunately, I'm so uncomfortable with it that I have to go outside of my circle and what I'm used to find different doctors.
You gotta go in there. They don't know you. What's your name?
They don't hardly speak my language is what I'm looking for.
I think one rule of thumb is, like, because I know you were saying, how do you build your business if they can't post it? I think one rule of thumb is, if I paid you, that's your payment.
That's
your
a fact.
payment isn't like, yo, you get benefit from taking my money and you get some sort of clout from.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, they be like, yo, pay me and tag me. Tag nothing.
Tag nothing.
What you mean? How much I charge to tag now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, that kid, my man, he did this. Yo, bro, tag me. Bro, I messaged. I'm like, bro, I appreciate you, my guy, but I paid you. I'm like, how much you want to pay me for tagging you?
100%.
Because you get business when I tag you.
Yeah.
It's a service.
People got to really get that, man.
And
how much am I getting paid to tag you?
Yeah, I don't share all my clients. I haven't shared half of the clients that I work with. I share the ones. So in my coaching agreement, you have an option to opt in to being used as a case study. And I define clearly what that means. I'll never show your back office. I'll never, make you look negative. I'll never share anything that I don't discuss sharing with you first. Or you have the option to opt out of that completely. Nope, I don't want anything shared. I'm super focused on my business. I am sorry. Whatever option, I'm not going to not take you because I can't share. I've worked with great names, 8-figure companies who don't want to be shared in that way for whatever reason. They don't want that kind of attention. So you will still be able to post to grow your business. Start asking your clients, hey, I won't share the scope of our work, but do you mind if I let people know that you're a client?
Yeah.
Just ask that question.
Can I put you on the website?
Can I put you on the website? Do you mind giving me a statement about what our experience has been working together? You can ask those kind of questions. If they say yes, take that stuff and run with it. You got the permission. Stay within the guidelines that you agree to. If they say no, you have to separate yourself as the business person from your feelings in that manner, and you have to understand you've been paid full price for your service.
And I didn't ask for a discount either.
No, they didn't ask for a
100%.
discount. They didn't ask you to pay them. You have been paid, and that's all you get. If you think that a testimonial or a shout out should be included, then you need to add that on your website too. I do your hair. I require a picture, a 30-second video, a testimonial on IG, and it's $100. Put that out there. Let people know up front. But you'll lose customers just doing all this name dropping. You know, we recently had it in our circle. And I was personally disgusted by the whole way that, you know, that situation played out, because on both sides there was a ball dropped, and on both, you know, and on one side heavily, it was just crossing the line in a major way. Right. And so you got to get permission in doing these things. Like, you may say you're a graphic designer. Somebody may come to you and say, hey, my brand needs a facelift. Okay, great. Typically I show before and afters. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Then you get this video. You don't need the person. Hey, I created Neo's Circle of Success CEO or Circle of Success logo. Here's what it was before. Here's how I improved it. Done.
Mm-hmm. And I've had some people that didn't ask me, like Marshall. He does a lot of my
never
logos.
asked me.
He does a lot of my logos, and he'll put my logo on his website. I'm okay with it. It's my guy. But the moment I say, hey, take that down, I'm sure he'd be like, all right, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
There's not like a fight about it.
Yeah.
If I did something
You're more lenient too, though. You don't care as much about.
But what
that
I'm
type of
saying is,
stuff.
if I say, yo, do you mind not posting my stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think now, one, you didn't know in the beginning, but now you have a responsibility because I'm asking you as a client and I paid you, right? So if Marshall says, no, I mean, I did the work, so now we got a problem.
Now we have a problem.
But I don't, being clear, like, shouts out to Marshall Fox, like he's just a dope human being, so I don't care who he shows, but in the event that I did, it would be now his responsibility to say, okay, I'll take it down.
Yeah, it is. And that's why contracts and agreements are so important on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a customer or client, you need to make sure you fully understand the scope of work and how this person does business. And as the CEO, business owner, service provider, product offerer, you need to fully understand, or your clients need to fully understand. It protects you on both sides. It just protects you on both sides. I remember years ago, I had to part ways with a photographer who also was a graphic designer. I was working with a photographer who also did, I'm not telling you that, who also did graphic design, and they just could not understand that I did not want them to post my images or my designs before me. Let me post my stuff first, and then whatever I post, you can share. Mm-hmm. Like, you can take, if I posted it, you can take it and you can run with it, tell the world that I did the work. But before I would even get the files, it would be on Instagram. Yeah. And that's just a no-no. We got to also insert some common sense sometimes. Like, just use some freaking common sense.
What about creatives? So creatives be really feeling some type of way. You don't get them the credit. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, my team, I don't really tag them. Like, they work for it. It's not, I don't tag nobody and nothing ever. Yeah. It ain't nothing personal. It's just, one, I ain't tagging you.
Yeah. I think it's just important.
But what about create? Because I had a video, yo, I need you. You got to tag me on every John. I don't.
Well, here's the cool thing.
You paying them?
Yeah, I am paying
If he said that up front before you started using them, then.
No, it wasn't. It was later. It was later.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Now now that we're having a conversation, we can have the conversation with people. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm paying you for this service. Are you requiring me to promote your business too? Hey, I don't want you posting all the stuff that I got. So, you feel me? Like, I mean, now you just have the conversation. Now we know to have the conversation. We don't even know to have this conversation until something happens.
Yeah.
So now people are getting some value from understanding this.
100%.
Y'all think we talked about it too long now?
I don't know.
No.
Well, I want to get to anything that you guys are dealing with, or some apprehension that you may have in 2023, anything you're nervous about. We got microphones. We got anybody?
Do we still have the heat on?
It's just.
It got a little colder. Am I the only one who?
I did feel it get a little
You
colder.
did?
I'm cold.
It got mad cold.
Yeah. Damn, y'all came from Miami with gloves. Wow.
Are all three of you related?
No.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
I like the set. That's fire.
Anybody? Any questions? Does that give you guys a safe space to ask questions? I don't know.
What's the question so they know? Chance?
I mean, anything that you're dealing with, anything that you're struggling with, anything you're nervous about in this next coming year?
Yes. My name is Sarai.
How you spell it?
Sarai.
That's my daughter's name. That's what's up. You stole my daughter's name. That's crazy.
So firstly, I want to thank Donni for acknowledging just the whole emotional realm space that we're in, because I feel like I've been experiencing that a lot over
I'm sorry.
the
I think
last year.
I said that.
No,
first.
it was me.
It was
I think I know. I
Oh my
mentioned it.
Gosh.
So, but go ahead.
just the whole conversation. I appreciate that because it really speaks to just where I am in general, and just navigating that as an entrepreneur has been something in and of itself. But specifically for me, I've been in this conversation of should I get a job or not? And between today and the Grow Your Business Summit, I've heard you say twice now that I don't have to do that, especially if in my heart of hearts I know that I want to be an entrepreneur and just do that. Like, that's really where my heart is. So
What do you do?
right now I'm relaunching a clothing line that I started back in 2020 that was doing really well. And I transitioned to photography and art direction because that's what I was doing in 2019. And recently, as a result of being really diverted and unclear, established that I want to relaunch the brand because that's where I have the clearest vision for myself as an entrepreneur. And recently started working with another business creative coach to just build momentum for that. And I'm in a place where money is kind of tight. And people have been saying you should go get a job to support the business. And I do understand that jobs can support me financially. And there's something in me that's just like, nah.
You, how old are you?
29.
Okay, so, and most likely the people telling you to get a job, they have one, right?
Yes.
You know, and talk to no full-time entrepreneurs?
No.
Right, yeah. So it will never make sense to somebody, for somebody to say, go get a full-time. I tell people all the time, it's like a coworker. If you go into your job and say, yo, I'm about to go pursue entrepreneurship, it will never make sense to them because they're not there. They're at a place where, stability, benefits, stuff like that. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you go get a job or do the entrepreneurship thing. That's your thing. But I think one thing I think a lot of people got to start understanding is what will it cost you to really make this work? Like, how much is your monthly bills? Like, really get very clear on what you need to make a day. So Sonia, we had a goal when she first started. It was I think it was $300 a day. She wouldn't sleep. She wouldn't do nothing until she hit that target. And she would do whatever, sell the shirts, whatever the plan is until you hit that target. Because you know, if I don't hit that target, I might have to get a job. Now, if you are going to get a job, you should get a job where you're going to learn. Don't get a job just to get a job in 2023. You get a job. Just say my videographer, Andrew, he's 18. He's probably not going to stay with me forever. But you're here, you're learning a whole lot. You going to be a dog when you done working with me. But guess what? You traveling around the world. You hearing all of these conversations. Like, the pay is negligible to the information that you get access to. So the biggest thing in 2023 for anybody, you don't need to work a job just to work a job. There's nothing wrong with working a job. But the critical thing in working a job is that you have to take that money to invest in your dreams. And you should be working where you actually learning something. I'm going to go take everything that they did at this corporation and figure out how to incorporate it in what I'm doing. I learned about this. I learned about this. I learned about that. So I wouldn't be mad if you had a job and you went and worked for Milano Di Rouge. Her company did 60 million with clothes.
68.
68. At the time, it was 60, right? But I wouldn't be mad at that because it's like, yo, you learning from somebody that made how they doing marketing, how you sourcing stuff, and not saying you don't go in there and be like, I'm gonna just rip these people for everything they got.
Right.
It's you going in there and you're just being observant.
Yeah.
Like I had somebody yesterday like, yo, Nia, I want to work. Like, I'll be a videographer, but I really want mentorship. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, bro, you almost got to pay me for that. You gonna get mentorship just from being around. You gotta pick it up though. You gotta 100%. Pick. When I was with ET, I was learning I'm observing being the mentor. He wasn't, Neo, do this. I'm watching how you talk to your wife. I'm watching all these things and I'm applying. So I don't think is 2023. I'm cool. I'm for jobs, but only for them if you can learn something to make you better.
Yep. Yeah. Get more from your job than a paycheck.
So I don't know if that really helped her, but y'all.
That was good. That was good. Anybody else? Got anything? Hey.
My name is Lavon Adelet, and I am an entrepreneur who's also an attorney. My question is about
what type of attorney? She skipped over that fast. Yeah.
Securities. So I help people create funds and syndications.
Oh, bet. Say no more. Say less.
But my question is about everybody tells me to lean into creating more content. Mm-hmm. How do I, first of all, make time, and then make time to schedule it and shoot it and know exactly what I'm going to say? Because the parts about getting it out there, I understand that, but do you take a whole day of a week, or do you take?
Easy.
Okay.
You look at what they do on Instagram.
She don't listen to me.
Oh yeah, I know that. Nobody listens to. Never mind. No one listens to your significant other. I understand that.
I'll give you some steps. Okay, step by step stuff. Okay, you got it.
Grab a pen.
I need you to write it down. Yeah, nope. But I need you to promise me that, and at the end of me giving you this advice, I'm going to ask you, does that make sense? And if it makes sense, I'm going to ask you to actually do it. Cool?
All right.
Okay, you promise?
I promise.
Okay. All right, so for one, you got to get a clear picture of what you want to be in this space. Who do you want to be? Do I want to be the go-to person for X? Do I want to be the most influential person in this particular space? For instance, I want to be the most influential podcaster, let's say, right? So do you know what that is for you? Okay, grab the mic. Okay, so what is it?
I want to be the go-to person for people who are trying to invest in private equity.
Good. Yeah. So you're gonna design the avatar. You know what that avatar looks like already, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I need you to do is I want you to make 50 topics that would interest that avatar. 50, a list of them. What does it mean to be a sophisticated investor? What are the top 10 investments that sophisticated investors get? How do you not get scammed? How do you vet the company? I got on some lists and they were shooting a movie and that joint was fire. I didn't invest because I was a sophisticated investor, but I ain't had the money they was talking about. But shouts out to the movie. They sent me this packet for this movie. It was a kid's movie. I'm talking about beautiful graphics. That joint was fire. It was like a Sing 2 or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all watch Sing. I got kids. So Sing or what's the other one? Trolls and all that kind of stuff. It was just dope, right? So it didn't come out yet. It never came out, which means I feel good because I didn't get my money. But I'd have been mad if it was actually Sing or like a blockbuster joint. I'd have been sick. But anyway, they put that out there and they start talking all these numbers and stuff like that. I didn't understand it at the time. I would have loved, especially if I'm new money and I'm now a sophisticated investor and I'm getting these offers. What are the things I should be looking for? How do I calculate my return on investment? Just 50 things. I don't know. You would know better than I do. Contracts, the hot industries. One of the 50 might be a story of someone who invested in one of these things that you're teaching people about. Make sense? So 50. You think you can handle 50? You sure? Yes. Think you can handle 100?
Yes.
100 topics?
100 topics.
You can do 100.
Yes.
Hey, she's smart, bro.
Okay, change the 50 to 100.
Be a shit lawyer.
Change 50 to 100. Okay. So one thing you can do, which is something that I really practice and preach, is you decide the most comfortable day for you. You get a 4-hour time window and you do as much as you can in that 4-hour time window.
Powerful.
Okay. So added 100. You already got the 100 topics. Now it's not what do I talk about? You're pulling off the topics. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about the a deal that went wrong. And then you just Google deals that went wrong with the keywords that you use. Make sense? And you record it. Now, you decide the day, the time window. If you don't have a camera, use your phone. And this will be the most powerful content you can create. The content that I create with just my phone outperforms all these fancy cameras and all this fancy audio. Outperforms it every day of the week. So you're gonna pick up your phone, you're gonna talk about one of those topics, okay? You're gonna have to set a limit on retakes though. I don't know if that's you, but if you're Donni, I don't like the way my bang shot on this side. Okay, give me this angle. It needs to be lit better, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just as an example, maybe this isn't true.
I'm a one take shouty, okay? I get it done one time.
So you set your retake limit. If 4 is your number, 4 is your number. Save all 4, which even if it ain't complete, you're gonna take a clip out of one of them 4 and you post it.
Retake.
This is your own accountability because you'll get stuck on that one topic if I just let you do 100 takes. It's never gonna be perfect. You need to understand that this will be your worst content ever. So just put it out. And your worst content to your smallest audience, because if you do this same thing by next year, it's going to be way better and your audience will be 10x anyway. I'm asking you to just mess up on the few followers that you have right now. I don't know how many you got. 100,000 could be a few compared to the 3 million you're going to have. Does that make sense? All right. What's the day? What day you think it's going to be?
How about we have her do one right now?
Oh, for sure.
Let's get it.
What's the day? What's the day of the week you think would be the most comfortable?
Mondays.
What time frame? Give me a 4-hour window.
12 to 4.
12 to 4. Okay. Starting this Monday?
Yes.
And if you don't, what is your husband's benefit and your consequence?
Ooh.
Yo, y'all should have saw the stretch out. Yeah, you know what you got to do.
I want the Neo gifts.
Oh, come on. Come on with it. Come on with it. What is going to, and it needs to be something that you just dislike. Like, for instance, if I was in this position, my wife would say, well, you got to cook breakfast. I hate cooking. Okay? But she loves it. But I'd rather order DoorDash.
All right. So my penalty would be that I have to go buy a gun and go to a gun range.
Ooh, let's have that up. Okay.
Yeah. She don't want to do that.
I love it. I love it.
Is it if she don't do it this Monday or
this Monday?
Okay.
And every Monday. It needs to be every Monday.
For at least 4 weeks, right?
Yeah. And if something goes on, at least an hour. Okay. Your regular time frame might be 4 hours, but if you're traveling or whatever, you got to carve out an hour. Okay.
Because he's a content machine. So 4 hours.
You think you can create some right now?
Yeah, she can. Let's give her no other option.
Yes. I agree, Neo.
Yeah, no other option.
All right, come on.
1 minute clip.
Come on, because we need you on camera.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Come on with it. Give her a round of applause. Okay. Let's create. All right, so let's do it. So teach me something.
Ooh, okay.
All right, let's do it.
The best thing that came out of President Barack Obama's term as president is the biggest change in securities laws, which is the Jumpstart the Jobs Act. And it allows you to generally solicit private equities using any form of media. So the time to get out and raise money is now. So you can create it, and utilizing Regulation D, you can use ads, billboards, or whatever you want to raise this capital from, obviously, accredited investors only. Accredited investors are people who make over $200,000 for the last 2 years or have $1 million in net worth. Okay.
If I got my first million.
No. She got it.
The three most important things to look for when someone presents an offer to you is the time frame that they're going to hold your money, how often they intend to pay you a dividend, and what the internal rate of return is going to be. So, Okay. The easiest way for you to raise your first $1 billion is using regulation crowdfunding. So you can take money from anybody, you raise it on a platform, and you only need 2 pieces of documentation to do so. You would file one Form C with the SEC, and you can have it up within 2 days.
One more. Think about that avatar. What is their biggest hesitation in crowdfunding? Even though they have this great idea, what is their biggest hesitation? Not externally, but internally, emotionally.
The reason that you think that it's hard to raise money is because you're talking to people who've never invested before. So everything with raising money is just about the numbers. Just like if you're a wholesaler, you know you have to talk to 100 different people before you'll get a contract. It's just like that when you're raising capital, but you need to be targeting people who are already investing.
Love it. Clap it up, y'all.
Good job.
Yeah. And let me tell you how that was easy, right? 'Cause somebody's like asking you to do it, you're on the spot. I want to warn you, mentally, it will change when you get home. Okay? Mentally, you want to say the right thing. In this environment, there's people here, so you're just having a conversation. But when it's you and the camera, mentally, nothing changes with your ability to share information. But when it's just you and the camera, something happens mentally where we get discouraged. We don't like the way we look on camera. We don't like the way we sound. We want it to be perfect. We stutter. Like you might stutter a little bit while you're here, but it feels 10 times worse when you're at home. You're like, I got to do that over. That's why we have that limit.
Also, keep it really short. So I recorded you just about the whole time. You have like 5 or 6 different pieces of content just from the 2.5 minutes that I recorded you.
Oh, wow.
Keep it really short. So you were talking about the easiest way to get your first $1 billion. And you said the 2 things that need to happen. And then you said 3 things you need to know about blah, blah, blah. Keep it at that. The 3 things you need to know are X, Y, and Z. Put on the actual image, read caption for explanation, and then go into the caption. Couple of reasons why you want to do this. You don't want to get nervous. If you keep it short, chances are you'll reduce the risk of you messing up and having to start over and mess up and having to start over. So keep it super short. The other thing is you want to put it in the caption and sometimes throw long captions in there. I'm the queen of that. Why? Because it keeps people on your content longer, making it rank higher in the algorithm with Instagram. So if I put a long caption under my reel or my picture, Instagram feels like, oh, people are staying on her content for a long time. Let me show it to some other people.
Yeah.
Right? And you can be as elaborative and correct as much as you want when you are typing it in the caption instead of trying to give you're going to lose people's attention. I think we're on back to 8-second reels or something that are ranking the highest in content right now on Instagram. So just keep it real short. Good. Also, I just saw that for all you content creators, I just saw that I think it's over 78% of people on Instagram who are watching reels don't listen to the sound. So add captions to everything.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Look, y'all.
And let me ask this too, Sharon, just to ask, what's your name again?
LaVon.
Say it one more time.
LaVon Idolette.
I think when you're filming, they need to know she an attorney though, because they listen differently. Hey, it's attorney such and such, or I don't know. You know, like
100%.
I'm getting you to do something for me because you're an attorney now.
I am your securities and equities attorney, Lavanya, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Just like you never hear like your trademark attorneys. I'm your trademark attorney, your favorite trademark attorney. Like, what is it? Securities and... Okay, I'm your favorite securities attorney, Lavanya. I can't say your last name because I don't understand what you're saying. LaVon Idolette. I'm your securities attorney, LaVon Idolette. And today I want to share with you this.
That's powerful. Because that's one of my strategies that I taught. And I know Sharon's on the transition. What all of my kids who I teach, kids that I teach entrepreneurship, I make them put the age in there first. Because you literally like, I'm a 16-year-old entrepreneur. Oh, man, you're impressed now. Because you don't, these kids different. They got bears. Bro, you look 20, you look 22, not 16.
You look 30.
So yeah, so you got to be very clear on that. So I would definitely add the attorney piece. Plus you paid a lot of money for that the ESQ name.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. All right, we gotta wrap up, man. Yeah, because I gotta take Donni lunch. I was gonna invite you, Neil, but I think I need to have another cry session with Donni.
Oh, so
we
you
had one session.
disinvited me then.
Yeah,
First of all,
absolutely.
who's crying?
I am.
Oh, you for real? Okay,
Maybe.
let's get it.
I don't know.
like it.
We had one lunch one
So
day.
you
We didn't
invited me and you
actually
just
cry.
disinvited me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had one lunch and we were both going through.
Yeah, we was going through it. But after that, I felt so good. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm ready.
So you about to go do a therapy session.
Well, we give each other therapy sometimes.
Yeah, and Neo, like, you got to have some emotion. I just like, what's gonna make you feel something?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, also, what's your schedule Friday?
Why?
We could do like another lunch at Neo come Friday if you're free.
Okay.
You go Friday?
Yeah, I did book a flight, but I think it's late in the
Where you
day.
going? Okay, we'll talk about it at lunch.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, man, we are out here. Neo, close us out with a word of wisdom, man, and then tell everybody to subscribe to the podcast. People listen to you.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, the biggest thing is I had a conversation with an entrepreneur. Like I did a coaching call yesterday, and the biggest thing in 2023 is you got to get out of your head. Like I'm telling you, like, you got somebody that got nothing going on that's coming. They taking your spot because you in your head. You spending too much time, energy, and effort asking yourself, will this work? You're questioning your ability to make it work. Like you're thinking you need all of these things. You need the trademark, the LLC, the Reg A fund. Like you need 1,000 things before you start. And that's the thing that's stopping most of you from starting. So in 2023, commit first, figure out the rest later. I'm not telling you don't get your paperwork right. I'm not telling you don't do it in a proper manner, but just commit, put a date on it and give yourself a penalty for not doing it. But you got to make 2023 that year. And I believe it's something called momentum. You need, as soon as this episode is done, do something that you learned on here and start doing something every single day. And if you do this for the next 30 days, you're going to create and build a momentum that's going to take you into 2023 being the best year of your life. So just wanted to share that. If y'all interested in learning more, y'all, again, subscribe to this podcast, one of the best pods in the world. If you're interested in working with me, go to mastermindwithneo.com. That's on the high level, or literally DM me on Instagram or comment SOP to get my social media stuff, or comment the word event space if you want to open up event space.
There we have it. Yo.
All right, you guys, this was an amazing episode. Comment the part in the comments below. Find us on YouTube if you're watching us, and let us know what part of this episode impacted you. We talk a lot about a variety of things because we want to know what's resonating with you the most. So help us out. Just drop your comments. What part of this interview or conversation with Neo impacted you the most?
I love it, man. We out of here.
We out.
Peace.
Let's go.